Hello, it's Steve. It is 6:30 in the morning and we are heading out to go pick up the pigs. It's about a 2-hour drive there and 2 hours back. So maybe I'll stop midway between and show you the piglets that we got. And we can talk about them. All right. Illinois can be kind of cool. We're coming into Peoria? Neat. Alright, this is the bridge one of the bridges, I guess, in Peoria. So we're going up and over the river. Pretty cool. And down we go. We are back. Let's see how the pigs did. Oh, good. They're doing just fine. There we go. All right, let's get them acclimated. It's actually a couple days later, because we wanted to make sure that they were acclimated and happy and doing well after their little journey. So there they are. So we have two little piglets. They are roughly 7.5 weeks old. We had two gilts, female pigs, with the idea being that if they work out, we'll end up breeding them. Maybe we'll have some piglets. And if they don't work out, then we have Christmas ham. But we're giving them the best life we possibly can. That's kind of the whole idea. And so they have this huge space, this big building to live in, as well as a whole little pasture area if they want to get outside. It's not really a nice day today, but if they want to get outside, and they can dig around in here all they want and go out there, enjoy the clover that we have growing and get some sun if they want it. They really like to dig themselves into this corner or that corner, and just bury themselves in the dirt and spill some of their water in there so they can make themselves a little mud hole, because pigs don't sweat. And so because they don't sweat, they can't cool off very easily. And so that's why they do things like wallowing in mud holes, and that's why people think of them as dirty animals, when in actuality they're not dirty animals. They're actually pretty clean. Because you'll see they've got their food and their water are in this building, right? So their food's over there in that container. It's got a lid on it, so what they do is they get their nose under there and they tip it up, and the food's in the bottom. And then their water's over there. They dumped straw in it, which is great. So I need to fix that. But that's kind of a temporary waterer for the next couple of days until I get the other system set up, which I'll show you as soon as it's done. And you're probably thinking, okay, what's with the wire, right? So that is the hot wire. It's at different levels as they grow, so that they can't get out, because they would become wild feral pigs, and that would be terrible. And so it just kind of helps train them. It's got, I don't know what the power outage or output is on it, but it'll shock you pretty good if you get near it, and bump it. So we started it really low because we weren't sure. We were going to be getting them when they were a little bit smaller, and then there were just delays on our end, and so we didn't end up getting them till a week or two later. So they've grown up a little bit, so they're kind of actually in between the bottom and the middle where their snout is, but they still like to dig down. And so what'll happen is they'll dig their snout under it and they'll bump it, and then they'll realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't do that. And that way this keeps them contained. This is a lot of space for pigs. They don't need this much space. They could probably get away with just this building as far as space goes, but we wanted to give them a lot of room to run around if they really wanted to. But they don't move very much. It's just the nature of pigs. It's just not the way they work. So yeah, so we have these two. So the one closest to us is named Bacon, and the one in the back is named Pork Chop. My middle daughter named her Pork Chop. So that's just kind of a clever thing we do with pigs, is name them after what they're going to become. That's pretty terrible when you really think about it. But yeah, this is their new home. We'll grow them out for a few months, see how they do, see how well they like people. So far, they don't like people, and that's okay. They're getting better. They're not running from me anymore, and that's pretty good, considering it's only been a couple of days, I think. So, yeah, so we're really happy with them. They are a Berkshire cross. I don't remember what they're crossed with, but that's just what we wanted, was Berkshire pigs, because they're good for this area. They're not your stereotypical pink pigs, because in the sun they can get burned, and so we didn't really want a pig that's going to be burned all the time. We wanted something that would be comfortable here on the farm, and so that's why I went and chose Berkshire pigs, because I think that kind of made sense. Plus they seem to have a really decent disposition, so that's what we chose here. So we will be watching them grow up over the coming months and seeing how they do. Hopefully soon they'll start coming to us, and being a little bit more friendly. So we'll just let them chill. It's kind of hot here during the day, so they spend a lot of time digging themselves into the dirt and just kind of hanging out. So, all right, we'll see y'all later. Oh yeah, you still got some apple. Were you hiding that? You sneaky. Oh, they get kind of feisty. Hey, don't be mean.